Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian, and let's go ahead and talk about it. A lot of people are making the comparison between a couple of my videos and JobbyTheHong. I make this show called Canadia Reviewer, which is an edited style of review with a bunch of jokes and whatnot, and it's pretty similar to what JobbyTheHong is doing. Now, of course, JobbyTheHong is way better at it, but a lot of people are making the comparison, and I wanted to explain myself that I'm not a ripoff or anything like that, or a JobbyTheHong wannabe, and I'm going to explain a couple of things. Now, I am not mad at anyone who has made that comparison. In fact, I totally understand where they're coming from, and I haven't gotten hit with a mean comment saying, you're a JobbyTheHong ripoff, or something like that, or a wannabe, or you're just a bastard something, I don't know. Which is good. But I wanted to explain myself in case people are curious, or in case that comment does come up. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Specifically, the Uunicron review that came out, what was it, like a month ago or something like that? I can't even remember. I wanted to explain that, actually before we talk about that, I want to say that I've really gotten into JobbyTheHong's content as of recently, let's say in the past maybe 2 months or so. And he's great, by the way. You should check out his videos. He is awesome at what he does. But what I wanted to say is, while I did watch his content probably a couple years ago, it was only for like maybe a couple of days, and then I moved on to something else. But I've really gotten into his content as of like the past 2 months. So, I wanted to say that because the Uunicron review, that's the first one that people were making the comparison of, was actually written out and thought of way before then. Way before the 2 months that I've really gotten into JobbyTheHong's content, into his reviews and whatnot, and started watching them. So, I wanted to say that the jokes inside there were actually planned out way beforehand, okay? You're gonna have to take my word on it. I know I can't really prove that. I've only been watching his content for like the past couple of months, but I just wanted to explain myself that that is the case. But going forward, I will say I am getting more so inspired by JobbyTheHong, and this is the reason why. Is because I had an idea for what I wanted to do for Canadia Reviewer, and it originally started as a inspired show from JonTron and Nostalgia Critic. I love watching them, and I kind of wanted to go for that style. In fact, the character for Canadia Reviewer is completely inspired by Nostalgia Critic. So, there's that. Anyways, but moving forward, I kind of want to get inspired by JobbyTheHong's content, and this is why. It's because I had an idea for what I wanted to do for the show for the longest time, and I was not really good at it. Some of my Canadia Reviewer episodes, especially the older ones, are not that good. In fact, a lot of them are pretty basic. But I still had the idea of what I wanted to go moving forward. And I tried to get at that with some of my recent reviews. And then finally, when I saw JobbyTheHong, who seems to have a very similar idea, I was like, oh my god, this is exactly the kind of style that I've been trying to get at. This is the exact same way that I want to do reviews. But of course, I don't want to rip them off. I don't want to make like a swivel joke when I'm talking about the articulation or anything like that. But I want to do it in my own way. But what I'm getting at is, I had the style originally in mind, and JobbyTheHong completely perfected the style that I wanted to go for. So I wanted to explain, he's not a ripoff of me, I'm not ripping off him, I'm just very inspired by the way he's doing it, but that's only because of recently, and that's because that's the style that I wanted to go for from the start. Alright? But again, I've only watched him like the past couple of months, excluding like a couple of years ago where I watched him for like maybe 2 days, and that was pretty much it. And then I moved on to something else, forgotten about it, and then, you know, whenever later I started watching him again. So yeah, I just wanted to say that in case people do have the idea that I am trying to rip them off or anything like that. No, that's not the case. I know this hasn't been the best argument on that, But you also have to imagine a lot of content out there is inspired by something else. And I don't feel like it's any different with Canadia Reviewer. As I said, it's inspired by Nostalgia Critic and JonTron first. It's just that JobbyTheHong has the style that I originally wanted to go for, and I'm just not that good at it. But I try to improve, I try to be better at what I'm doing. So I totally understand the comparison between us, but I just wanted to say that I'm not trying to rip him off. It's just an inspiration type deal. He's great at what he does. I'd recommend checking out his channel. If you guys want to check that out, go ahead. I'll link one of his reviews. You just need to see that because it's entertaining as fuck. It is amazing. He is great at what he does, which I'm so totally jealous. But with that out of the way, that's why. And also I wanted to say, this excludes my basic reviews. My basic reviews are just me taking a look at the figure and that's that. The Canadia Reviewer show is me doing the more edits and whatnot and whatever. The reason why I do basic reviews is because they're so easy to, put out. And then the Canadia Reviewer is where I take the time to edit and make jokes and whatnot. So I just want to say that I'm not trying to advertise myself over JobbyTheHong or anything like that. Definitely go check out JobbyTheHong. So anyways, with that said, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.